National Treasury Accountants.
Despite having risen to the level of a provincial commissioner, the career administrator admits he was ill-prepared for the intense pressure at the National Youth Service.
The way at which things were moving, the pace was so fast, the pressure was so much.
NYS was to be restructured, rebranded and relaunched in line with a new vision. Rugut had his work cut out and immediately embarked on producing a suitable report internally. But his team would be stopped on its tracks.
Here are new instructions that will involve a consultant to do that restructuring.
Political analyst Mutahi Ngunyi's consulting house was then single-sourced to do the job.
You had some plan of which you could do that without involving a consultancy yourself. And I think that was good, and I think that will have saved the government a lot of money. Unfortunately, that instruction came to you verbally.
I will mention it without any hesitation here, Chair, that unfortunately this is how that ministry was running at that time. Instructions were being given almost by the minute. And it was fairly difficult even to stop and ask, whether that was the right thing to do.
But that verbal instruction achieved exactly what they wanted. They set you in a trap.
I mean, was it such a reign of terror working under Waiguru? Because, look, you handled the Mungiki issue very well. So somebody who can face the Mungiki and subdue them, what was it about Waiguru that would make you quick and issue a memo just on a verbal instruction?
And maybe my departure as early as I did was perhaps testimony to the fact that maybe going forward it was not possible to work in those circumstances. And maybe the resistance that might have occurred is what meant or rather caused my quick removal.
Records in the Parliamentary Accounts Committee's possession show Consulting House was paid $800 a day, an equivalent of 80,000 shillings.
Kenyans paid 40 million Kenya shillings. More than 40 million Kenya shillings. I think only for coming up with the consultancy paper, 40 million. Then now later on advisory on how to implement the 5-point consultancy, Kenyans paid 50 million Kenya shillings, totally more than 90 million Kenya shillings. From where you sit, Mr. Ruguti, do you think Kenyans got the value for their money out of this copy and paste consultancy report generated by the consulting house?
Truth be told, I don't think we got value for money in this consultancy.
After a year and 2 months at NYS, he was thrown out. Rugut's successor Nelson Githinji had barely gotten his footing when, as he says, a powerful deputy entered the scene.
He, Aidan Harake, approved in the system the 18 transactions amounting to 695,400,000. And I have attachments X7.
The deputy became the principal holder of the authority to incur expenditure, with Githinji ironically relegated to a bystander in the finances of an organization he was heading in theory. Two men who were both at the apex of the National Youth Service, one shoved away unceremoniously and the next sidelined and reduced to just a ceremonial figurehead to pave way, according to them, for the looting that is now evolving into one of Kenya's biggest financial scandals. Sylvie Chebet, Citizen TV at Parliament Buildings, Nairobi.